العلم أشراف مطلوب وطالبه لله أكرام من يمشي على قدم. العلم نور مبين يستضيء به أهل السعادات والجهال في الظلم.
I'm going to ask you a question. Who's going to work it out? Who's going to volunteer? No, someone else. Someone else. Let Adam. Where is it? طيب. طيب. Ibn. So, a person dies, he leaves behind one son. Or she leaves behind one son. What does he get? Nothing. Everything. He gets everything. No one else gets anyone. Why doesn't anyone else get anything? Because there is no one else. Because there is nobody else. Okay. Sisters, what do these people here get? A person dies, he leaves behind two sons. What do they get? They take the whole wealth. They take the whole wealth. So let's say, for example, a person leaves behind, and it's 1-1 basically. Or we can, this is actually better. We say 1 and 1. So 2. We put a 2 here. Because there's 1 and 2, put that 2 here. Okay. A person leaves behind a grandson from the male side, from his son, and a grandson from his male son, from his son. So these two are people. These two are brothers. So the grandfather's passed away. What do they get? No, not saying. Tell me, what do they get? Or you can say 1, 1, and they get 2.
What does asaba refer to? Is it the male relatives?
Asaba literally refers to those people that haven't been given a specific portion. Those people that haven't been given a specific portion. And in most cases it's the male relatives. So is that understood? So,
you know when it says even after that be like 3 or more as many?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, however many. So, gone.
If there was an ibn there, so, or would they still just share it, or is it?
Let's say he leaves behind an ibn. This is a son. That's very important. Okay. Who's going to answer? I want the sisters to answer this. A son of a son, and a son of a son, and a son. What happens here? What do we do? Huh? The ibn takes everything. They don't get anything. Why? Who's closer? The son is closer to the deceased because that's his father. And these are his grandchildren. So he's on what level? Level 1. And these people are on level 2. And that is, level 1 is closer to the deceased than level 2. Is that understood? Jazakallah khair hakim. That is very important. طيب. Sisters, who inherits here? We've got Ibn, the son of a son of a son, Ibn, son of a son, Ibn, son of a son. Who inherits? But there's 2 of them. Excellent. They share. This person gets wiped out. Why do they share? Because they are closer. They are on level 2. And this person, these 2, that one was on level 3. 2 is closer than 3. ibn. How do we split this wealth?
Just give it to him.
He takes everything. He doesn't get anything. He is level. What level?
3.
Level?
1.
1. Is that understood? Like, I want the brothers, someone from the brothers to give me an example, and sisters to give me an example, then we can move on to the next situation. Abdullah, give me an example.
The fifth Ibn grandson, so Ibn.
Like, what does he get?
And then Ibn.
And then?
Ibn.
Ibn. Who gets the wealth?
Ibn.
Huh?
The Ibn.
He gets the wealth. What does he get? Nothing. Why?
Because he's level 5 and
He's level 5 and he's level 1. They say there's levels to this. Tayyib. Sisters? Ibn.
Another Ibn.
Ibn.
And then
Ibn. 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 Tayyib. Who gets the mal?
Ibn, the first two.
The first two, they share it. So 1 on 1 or 2. So they share it between themselves. Why haven't you given anything to that one?
They're not the closest ones.
No, they're not closer, or the other two are closer to the deceased. That is the first hal. Is that understood? Hmm? Let me leave it on. Right, the second scenario is right. The next scenario is if there is a daughter, one daughter. Now I haven't said more, I've only mentioned how many daughters? One. One daughter. Okay? That is one daughter. She gets half. Okay? She gets half. Is that understood? Towards the end of the kitab, there's a chapter which is called Ar-Rad. And that is when you give something back to the person that is left. Okay? When there's still some, Ar-Rad literally means when there's still some wealth left over, who do we give it to? Is that understood? So for now, this bint that is 1, this is who? And this is what? She gets half. If there is one daughter, she gets half. Is that understood? Right. And the rest, if that person leaves behind no one, he only leaves behind one daughter, she gets what? Half. Khalas. And the rest gets given back to her. But initially she takes how much? Half. For example, bint. She gets nisf. Why does she get nisf? Oh, when she's a sahib or fard, she's a person whose nasib, whose amount has been mentioned in the Quran. Or, and the conditions are met. What are the conditions? There's no brother or sister of hers here. So she gets what? Half. So we're going to obviously put 2 because this is the bottom number. We're going to give her 1 because that's what she deserves, right? As a fard, that's what she deserves. Which is what? 1. What's half of 2? 1. Let's give her 1. But then again, there's going to be something left over, isn't it? Okay. So we can't say to her, listen, your father died and he hasn't left anyone, no relatives apart from you. Take your half and the imam and the neighbours are going to split the rest. You can't say that to her. So we're going to give her the rest of her father's wealth as well. So she's entitled to half But she's also entitled to the rest because there's no one else. So she literally gets everything. Is that understood?
Does that make her asaba in that case?
In that case, she takes, it says she takes her fard and the rest is min bab al-rad. It gets returned back to her. Asaba. But they don't call it asaba. Okay. Bint wahid. Bint al-ibn. A man dies and he leaves a granddaughter from his son. What does she get? She gets half. No one say everything. Khalas. Tell me what she needs to get. Last 2 weeks we've been studying, you've done so much homework on it. She gets what? Half. Excellent. She gets half. Like, and then what? And then whatever's left also gets given back to her. Because there's no one else. Like,
This remaining wealth, suppose if distributed,
huh?
the remaining wealth, does it always come back to the daughter? Suppose if there's only one.
Not always. Just the situation that I've mentioned here. Because if he leaves an uncle, it gets given to him. Like, okay. Here we have the daughter of a son, and we have the daughter of a daughter. How do we split the inheritance? What does the first one get? She gets half. Huh? And what do we give this one? Not ignore. She's blocked. Why is she blocked? She's from the female descendant. Okay? She's from the female descendant. Like, and then it will be 2. Why have I said 2? We're going to study in another lesson. Then give her 2. She takes everything. But the first and foremost is that she takes it half. She takes half. Okay. A man dies and he leaves his great-great-granddaughter. She is the daughter of a son of a son of a son. And the grandfather passed away. What does she inherit or not?
No.
She inherits. What does she inherit? Half. She inherits half. Anything else? No one else. So she gets obviously the rest of her great-grandfather's wealth. Situation. This is second situation is also easy, right? It's not easy. It's because you've, mashallah, spent 2 weeks on it. You've done a lot of homework on it. Like, can anyone tell me the difference between this and that? Alif and Ba, or 1 and 2? It's fine.
The first one, he's Ashab Asaba, so he doesn't have a reason originally.
Excellent. So these people are called Asaba. So literally, they don't have a person that has been given a certain portion in the Quran. The Ibn hasn't been given a certain portion. The 2 sons or 3 sons or 50 sons, they haven't been given a specific portion. So that's why they are on the first one. The second one is what? One daughter. And she has been given something in the Quran. So that's why we've separated her. A person leaves behind, he passes away and he leaves behind 3 daughters. He leaves behind 3 daughters. What do these 3 daughters get? They get what? So that's literally what they get. 2/3, okay? Pay attention here, guys. Pay attention on this one, okay? There's 2 or more sisters, daughters. They get what? 2/3. They get 2/3. Okay. if there's nobody else, so the person dies, a person dies, and he leaves 3 daughters, khalas, no one else, no uncle, no brother, no nothing, no male relative. They get the remaining amount. Is that understood? Okay. مثلا bint bint what do they get? They share 2/3. Okay? They share 2/3. What are 2/3 of 3? 2. Okay. They share 2/3. Leave these numbers for now. But they share what? 2/3. If there's no one else, there's going to be something left, right? What do we do with that?
Give it
We'll give it to them. Is that understood? Khalas. So you've understood the third situation. What is the third situation? When there are 2 or more daughters only. They get what? 2/3. Khalas. Okay. Okay. Now we have in this one 2 daughters, bint, bint. Then we have bint al-ibn. Okay? Bint and bint are who? Daughters of the deceased, right? What do they get here? 2/3. And what do we have here? The daughter of a son. What does she get here? Okay, sudus. What else? Huh? Daughter of a son. Hold on. It's understandable to get this variance. Why? Because we haven't studied it. Okay? We haven't studied it. Well, we've studied parts of it, but we haven't studied all of it. Here what happens is, there are 2 daughters and 1 daughter of a son. Remember when I kept on reiterating, what is the maximum a group of women can get? 2/3. Let's put this here. Now we have a group of women, although some are higher than the others. So level 1 has 2. What do they get? 2/3. Is it possible for us to give her something here?
No.
La. This bint al-ibn, the daughter of a son, she gets blocked. She gets blocked. What was the condition for her, bint al-ibn? For her to get half, what was the condition? There's no one that is higher than her. Remember? What was the condition for her to get a sudus, 6? Has to be 1. A bint that gets half. A bint that gets half. Right? Okay. So here, she's blocked. Blocked meaning she doesn't get any inheritance. Is that understood? The rest of the wealth comes back to them. Why does it come back to them? Because they're the only inheritors allowed. Present. So this is as if she's non-existent in reality. She's non-existent. Have you understood this?
Studies.
What if there's a presence of mother? Would she be blocked as well by the 2,000?
La. If there's a presence of a mother, okay, we haven't studied that yet because we said there's only daughters here. As for the mother, save that for me. We're going to get back to that, inshallah. There's no mother. So literally here, a man neither he leaves behind 2 daughters and a daughter of a son. Khalas. No other family male relative. No other family relatives. Not male, not female, and nothing in between. Tfaddal. Wait. Khalas?
See, bint al-ibn normally gets missed, but then if it's a'la, if there's fighting worth a'la minha, gets a sudus, and if she gets a sudus, can you say that there's adam and nisa? So she gets blocked from the sudus if there's multiple women.
She gets a sudus. You've basically done that. Exactly what I've mentioned. In order for her to get a sudus, there has to be one here, a person who gets half. A sister higher than her, a daughter higher than her, who gets half. And she gets sudus, a 6, just to complete the 2/3. Or she can get half, but there's no one else. No one else. Is this scenario understood?
Yeah.
What have you understood? Why does she get blocked?
There's more.
Because the most a group of women can get are 2/3. And the wealth literally is divided amongst these two. She doesn't come into it. Khalas? Okay. What about Ibn? Who's going to solve this? These sisters. Okay. What should we give these people?
So the bint and the bint, they both get, they get 2/3.
Okay, so these two individuals get 2/3. Okay, good.
Bint and Ibn, she gets blocked.
She gets blocked. Okay. What about Ibn? Her brother.
And he gets that,
He gets
they're remaining.
Baqi. Okay, that's Qawl Wahid. Okay, he gets Baqi. That's one opinion.
The Bangalore would share with the brother, but not equal.
Why? Why would she share?
Because the master.
Sah, lakin did we not say that she's blocked?
She's got from the half, not from everything.
But not far, only far. She will be master.
Excellent. Excellent. This now what happens here is they get al-baqi. Whatever is left over is given out between these two. Okay? So what? 2/3? So it'll be 3. So they get 2 because that's 2/3 of. What are 2/3 of 3? 2 and 1. So they'll share that 1. They'll share that 1. So for example, a person leaves behind £75,000. What are 2/3? 50. These two women, girls, share 50,000. These two share the 25,000. However, with the 25,000, he gets double of what she gets. And we shall see that in the next scenario. That is called al-akh al-mubarak. He's called al-akh al-mubarak. Why is he called al-ibn al-mubarak? Sorry, al-ibn al-mubarak. Why is he called al-ibn al-mubarak, the blessed son? Because if it wasn't for him, this girl wouldn't have inherited anything. He's been a blessing to her. She wouldn't have got anything. Remember the scenario where we said, what was next to her name? Big fat 0, sah? She was blocked. But because he comes in now, she says, oh, alhamdulillah, my brother's here to back me up, and we get the baqi, the remaining. Remember the hadith from Abdullah ibn Abbas? What was the beginning? Alhaqul fara'id bi ahliha. Give the people that have been given a certain portion their portion. Sah? What was the portion of the bint? 2/3. Khalas? 2/3. Okay, 2/3. Then whatever is left, give it to who's remaining. And who's remaining here? The Ibn, he's the closest male relative. So he takes the wealth. But not on his own. He takes it with his sister who's on the same level as him. So he's called Al-Ibn Al-Mubarak. Or he can be called Al-Akh Al-Mubarak. To her, he's the blessed brother. Khalas? طيب. That's something. Go on.
If the daughter's children there, then no one will get anything from the daughter.
No, daughter's children don't get anything.
Oh, okay.
Daughter's children are not involved. There could be 50,000 of their cousins. Bint. There could be literally 50 of them. They don't inherit anything. It's as if they don't exist here. Khalas. Is that understood? Go on.
The bint al-ibn and ibn al-ibn.
Say that again.
Bint al-ibn and ibn al-ibn. Will the ibn and ibn get double the bint al-ibn?
No, he gets double of what she gets. Take it as a principle. Wherever you see sons and daughters or sisters, brothers and sisters on the same level, the male takes double of what the female gets. Any two brothers, sisters, sons, daughters on the same level. Is that understood? They get the double, the male gets double. So don't say if a man and a woman are on the same level, he gets double, because a husband and a wife, are they not on the same level? They are. That qaida doesn't apply to them. Are you? Who's going to work this out for me quickly? Who's going to work this out? Fadal. Hamid?
So the bint and bint,
These three,
yeah, they get 2/3.
they get 2/3. Excellent. What does this person get?
Nothing.
Nothing. Blocked. Class. Okay. Is that understood? Right. Third scenario, or fourth. Okay, the next is, remember we were talking about individuals so far. Individual son, individual daughter, or a group of daughters. Now, we have a mixture. So we have abna, مثلا, for example, 5 sons, or 5 sons and 5 daughters. So we have a mixture of sons and daughters. Here we only had sons, right? Here we only had 1 daughter. And here we had what? Daughters. Here we have a mixture. A person dies and he leaves behind, let's say, a son and a daughter. Ibn and a bint. This explains the first part. وَلَيْسَ مَعَهُمْ صَاحِبُ فَرْضٍ. And this part, and a person who takes a fard is not with them. So for example, there's no here, or there's no ab. There's no ab or there's no here. Because the ab and the or more specifically, the does she not have a specific amount mentioned in the Quran? No. She does, right? But she's not here. So what should we do in this scenario, where we've got a son and a daughter? They take jami'ul mal. They take everything. Whatever's left. But obviously the son gets double of what the daughter gets. Because their brothers are the sons and daughters on the same level. So the son gets double. Is that understood? Okay. Another scenario. Ibn, bint, ibn. What should we do here? Come on, talk back to me. You know.
They take everything.
They take everything, khalas. But obviously what?
The ibn's take twice as much.
Ibn's going to take twice as much. Okay. So for example here we would put 2, 1, 1, 2. And then we calculate this, so we put it out of 6. But again, that 6, now we got to it, it's for another lesson. طيب. Okay. A person dies and he leaves the daughter of a son, the daughter of a son, and a son of a son. What do they get here? Huh? Everything between themselves. The male gets double. They will never share it. Sons are greedy. طيب. Is that understood? Who's going to give me an example of this fourth scenario? Today we're going to finish sons and daughters, inshallah. Zubayr. Ibn. Bint.
So the Ibn
The Ibn
gets
gets
2/3,
2, he gets 2,
and the Bint will
get 1. So basically the answer is they get the wealth between themselves. Khalas? They share the wealth. Who's going to give me another example from the sisters quickly?
Ibn,
Ibn.
bint Ibn, and then bint Ibn again, and again, and again.
Right?
And they share everything.
All of these. So this is an Ibn.
Yeah.
He's the son. And these are daughters of the son, right? Right. This is not from the fourth scenario. No, don't say so. This is Jazakallah khair, you've benefited everyone else. Literally, this is a benefit for all of you. What scenario is this?
First one.
This is the first one. This is the first one. And see here, there's a bint ibn. You know the level 2 and level 1 is this. On level 1, if there's a male descendant, if there's an ibn, don't even look at male, level 2. Khalas, they count for nothing. On level 1, if there's a male descendant, a male son, don't even look at level 2. Because that male son, I just said, he's greedy. He's not going to share with anyone. He's not going to share it with his nieces. Khalas. I am the ibn, I take everything. Khalas. But, look, bint. There's a daughter. What scenario is this in? If there was bint al-ibn, what scenario is this?
Third one.
This comes on the third one. The bint, the bint gets what? Half. These people here, Sudus. You share a sixth. All of that, Jazakallah khairan. Excellent. Okay. Right? So the fourth scenario is what? Well, the fifth one is going to be Abna, their sons, wa banat, and daughters, wa ma'ahum, sahib al-fadl. Inshallah, remind me someone to, I'll write this down and I'll send it to you via WhatsApp. Wa ma'ahum sahib al-fadl, 1 second. Wa ma'ahum sahib al-fadl. I want someone to give me an example. Literally the opposite of the previous one. Literally the opposite of the previous one. Muhammad. Bint. Ibn. Excellent. Ahsant. Remember, so we've got abna, we've fulfilled the first part. We've got a son and a daughter. We need to fulfill the second part, which is what? There has to be someone who has a specific portion in the Quran or the Sunnah. And we have here. What does the get? Sudus. Why does she get sudus? Because of the children. Okay? So they get baqi. They split the man between themselves. Remember here, the abna, there was no one else with them. So they take all of the wealth, don't they? Here, we have someone with them that takes a sixth. So we give this person his right, the sahib al-fard, the one who gets a specific portion, we give him his right. Whatever's left, and there will always be something left, gets distributed amongst the ibn, the son and the daughter here. Who's going to give me another example? Ibn. Do you know what? You're right actually. Who said that? You're right actually. This comes under this scenario. Why?
It doesn't have to be a mixture.
It doesn't have to be a mixture. It doesn't have to be a mixture. So the main thing is that there's with them someone who gets a sudus. Babe, sort this one out for us.
So the ibn,
Don't start with the ibn. Start with the sahib al-fard, the person that is mentioned that has a specific portion.
And the all gets a 6.
She gets a 6.
And whatever is left, that's how much.
They share whatever's left. They share whatever's left. Right? Okay. They share whatever is left. Who's going to give me another scenario? From now on, inshallah, we're going to go slow. Am I going too fast? No. We're going to go at this pace now. I was only going fast the last 2 weeks so you can briefly get an understanding. Now, alhamdulillah, your base is done. Go on. Ibn. Bint. Excellent. Why have you given me this example? How does this fit into here?
Actually, no.
La, you're right, don't go back. There's a son and a daughter here, and there's a sahibul fard.
Somebody gets a portion.
Okay, there's someone that gets a portion. What does this person, Abu here, get? He gets a 6. I don't know if we studied it.
Yes.
Yeah, we did. So, and they get baqi. So we give. What do we do in this sort of situation where we have sons and daughters and we have someone else who gets a certain amount? We give them their portion and then split the rest. Another example. Bint, and Zawja. A Zawja. What does the Zawja get here? Thumun. She gets 1/8 and they get Thuluthan. Not bad. Thuluthan. Excellent. Good. Now, so we have Ibn, Bint, Ab. Go on. What should we give the here? 6. Why? Because there's the son and the daughter. Ab, what should we give him here? Sudus. Why? Because there's a son here and a daughter. And what's left? Huh? Naam, they get the baqi. They get whatever is left. Okay. What about Bint al-Ibn, right? Zawja Ab. Sorry. Huh? Bint, she gets nisf. Bint Ibn, she gets sudus. What is it called? Takmilat al-thuluthayn. طيب, so that literally means طيب, خلاص. What does the zawja get here? A thumun. And the ab gets what? Sudus. طيب, and he gets whatever is left. It goes back to the ab. Is that understood? خلاص. Last scenario. Can we move on to the last scenario? The last scenario, right? Yeah, خلاص. Last scenario we leave. There's no, because it's not even leaving. We've already studied it. If there's a daughter and if there's a what? If there's a bint and ibn. There's a daughter and a daughter of a son. What does the daughter get? Half, and this one gets sudus. Khalas. These 4 scenarios are the scenarios for children. I want you to go home and practice these. Okay? Is that understood? And this week, by the way, put your homework forward, inshallah. This week, pay attention. This week, I am not going to give you homework. I want you to give me 4 examples for each of these scenarios. So you know how now I was saying I was asking you to make something up and you said, for example, Ibn, Bint and Absa. I want you to now make up the scenarios.
So draw 4 for each.
Huh?
4 for each.
Yeah, 4. What's 4 times 5? 20. I want 20 examples. 4 of each. Khalas. 5 of each. 5 times 25, sir? 25, okay? But, one sec, go on.
I have a question about the...
1 second, yeah. But I want you to do it in the format that I sent you. Write it out on the computer, please. Write it on the computer. Or, at the very least, print out blank one, and you write them in, but it has to be neat, okay? It has to be neat, otherwise I'm going to lose my eyesight. So, please write it on computer. Anyone that writes it on computer gets more marks. Anyone that hand writes it, I'm going to take dot marks off, okay? What's the homework? 25 examples, 5 of each, and you make these examples up, okay? Right? Do it individually, and once you do complete it, you can work it out with your friends or whatever lacking. Don't change anything, okay? Go on. The bint gets missed. Yeah.
But the remainder of the inheritance, so would it go back to the bint?
That goes. We're gonna study that. It gets back. It does get back to them. No, not only the bint. It goes back to them in accordance with how they got the inheritance. But that's. We'll save that. Cross that bridge when we get there. Okay. Huh? No, there's not a sixth situation. That is one. It's this one basically. I put here. I put bint and bint al-ibn, just to clarify it, but you've already understood it. Purposes that I said the sixth one.
You said